Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about a progression of this puppy. Now, can a smartphone be a laptop or a desktop replacement? Now, that sounds absurd, but you have to understand where have we actually started and where are we right now. For example, if you're old enough, you remember there was a time where Sony used to make Vio, this sort of puppies. Now, this is older days when we used to have ports and stuff, like it has freaking VGA out, mic in, headphone out, two USB, one Firewire, flash card, fax, and Ethernet, optical drive, and two USB and Magic Gate. Yeah, that was somebody was smoking in Sony. They made Magic Gate, so there was Magic Gate. There is SD card. We used to have everything. Now, here's still, this is a very old laptop, like a freaking 10-15 years old kind of laptop. Now, of course, dead. But here's still, if I give you this in a working order, this is not working, but in a working order, most of you can get your admin level work done. Admin level work basically where you are doing work either on a browser or the work is kind of like document lightweight kind of stuff. Because here's the, while this puppy used to consume lots of watt, like the power brick that needs to drive this was 60-70 watts, while your mobile phone can do more than this in less than 1 watt. So we have the compute, but here's the deal. What makes a computer? There are three parts to it: input, output, and compute. Now, compute of these puppies are mind-bogglingly awesome. Now, because of the development in Bluetooth, you can even sort the problem of input. For example, I would like to use mouse. So this is a Logitech Master S3. So basically, it's a quality mouse. Now, this mouse with my smartphone, no problem, shut up, take money, it works, it's awesome. I press the button here, it goes to 1, that is my PC, press button again to my system. So input is also sorted. I can basically plug a keyboard, again same Bluetooth keyboard, and go YOLO on it. But here's the deal, what about the output? Display. Now you may think, what if I use a wireless display cast? Yeah, that does not work, because you have to understand displays are intensive data consumer, meaning you may think your NVMe is fast and all that. Nothing. If you look into the data bandwidth between like this TV and my graphics card, the pipeline that is used, that is more than 80 gigabits per second. Yeah, that's a heavy puppy. That's more than Thunderbolt, I'm saying Thunderbolt 4. So fundamentally speaking, you need a lot of oomph to drive a display. Now, thankfully, because of the development in USB, and we had a precursor of this. So if you are old enough or using iPhone long enough, you must have realized all iPhones have display output. And I mean wired display output. They have what we call MHL, mobile HDMI link. Now, that was a precursor. Again, very low bandwidth, because again, it only had one pair of wires, so to say, to get the data throughput. Not enough, but compared to wireless system, much better. And when people upgraded to USB-C, now USB-C had so much effort put into it that it had spares of wire. Like it has a data wire just for charger communication, not for data communication, just for charger communication. Charger handshake is like, I got you, fam. And it has so much lanes inside it that there is a chip inside your devices, both end, that they can talk. It's like, hey bro, I'm allocating these lanes just so you can have display output, which we call display alt mode. So if your mobile phone has that, you can buy these puppies. Now these puppies are becoming very, very popular nowadays, simply because our laptops went from having actually everything, like, you know, back in the good old days we used to have ports and stuff, to not having anything other than USB-C. Thankfully, USB-C, if you have a hub like this, you can connect everything. For example, you connect it in and it has alt mode. You can get HDMI out. You can get even DisplayPort out if you want to, but I bought a HDMI out. Now this one is a bit more expensive. I will link the Amazon link down below, because this is rated for 4K 60p. Unfortunately, my mobile phone does not do that, but what can you do? So 4K 60p output can be done from this HDMI. It has USB-C power input, because again, laptops have to, by law, by 2026 has to switch to USB-C power delivery. So power delivery comes here. You can charge your laptop and get display output. And it also has 1 gigabit Ethernet connection. And then it has 3 USB 5 Gbps ports. So this can actually, if you can connect this to your mobile phone supports it, you can do a lot. And this brings us to smartphones. Meaning, what is the difference between a cheap smartphone and a premium, quote unquote, premium class smartphone? What feature is, like, you know, unique? Because almost everything, fast charging, wireless charging, and cameras, AI, almost everything is available in low cost phones. So what is the one feature that I can say, no, this is only launched in premium system, is support for these puppies. So This is S23 Fan Edition, basically the cheapest S series you could buy at this point in time. Now this supports display alt mode, meaning the display can directly come out from here. No crunching done. There's just a retimer for it. No crunching required. Directly from SoC. And it also has USB 3.0, meaning 500 megabytes per second of data communication is possible. Meaning I can actually connect portable hard drives with this and it will work. Now, will it be as fast as a full-fledged desktop? No. Will it be as fast as iPhone? Well, almost every iPhone has USB 2.0 except one series, which is iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. They have 10 Gbps, so that would be higher. However, nobody talks about it because they do not have desktop mode. These puppy have desktop mode. So assume you are a traveler, you're traveling with your mobile phone. What can you do? Well, let's simulate it. I'm a traveler. I traveled last time to Mumbai for covering Scale conference. There I have literally brought this because I don't have a laptop. My desktop is very high end. So if I buy a cheap laptop, it just feels blood boiling. I cannot afford a laptop that is good enough to go side to it. And again, I rarely use them. So it's like, it almost feels like a wasted cost. But I pay for this almost every 2 or 3 years. I have to pay for this. So might as well make this into a laptop. So I take this puppy. Now be mindful, because you are connecting so many devices and hard drives and stuff, you will require power. So you must connect charger to it. So I connected the charger to it. The blue light comes on, and then I connect the HDMI cable. Boom. And now, star of the show. Ta-da! Come on, work. Samsung desktop experience. Ta-da! Oh, it's locked. Interesting. Ta-da! This, oh, ta-da! As you can see, a full-fledged desktop. And yes, you can use your mouse. And be mindful, I do know it can in principle support touchscreen, but I don't have a touchscreen TV to test it, or I do not know whether it will work effectively. It can be done. There are lap docks, basically things like this, which just do not have the compute part. It's just a battery and display and acquired circuitry, and you can buy that. And then you have the luxury that that lap dock is as powerful as your mobile phone. So if you have a mid-range mobile phone like this puppy, it's a mid-range compute. If it's like S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra, you have an Ultra series system, or iPhone 16, 15 Pro. So you can do that. So now what can you do in this? Well, almost everything that you can do on a browser. So let's open a browser, and yes, you can connect a keyboard. For example, where is the keyboard wire? Here I take the keyboard, I plug this puppy in. Now if I press the Windows key, hold on, did it connect? Yeah, it did. Ta-da! So, oh, it's doing everything on my mobile phone. That's why I felt weird. My mobile phone is on. So you can, well, do things. What kind of things you can do? So let's press Windows. Let's search Sheet. A lot of people do their job in that Google Sheet. It's kind of convoluted. Voila. Now you can go YOLO on it. You can do sheet work on this. And again, I have dark mode. You can go YOLO on it, scale it. And here's the deal. It's not the mobile phone's compute that ever was the problem. It's the small size. It has full HD display. Your mobile phone has full HD display. But if I give you full HD in, like, a mobile phone versus full HD on something that is like a size of a laptop, you will be far more comfortable with the laptop. So same goes with this television. It's not that it's something magical. It's just that, can I actually see it without tiring my eyes? Can I type it without hurting myself? Can I use my mouse for easy work? That's all there is to a computer, not the CPU, the RTX 4070 Ti. Yeah, if you need it, you need it. If most people don't. That's the whole reality of it. And again, because of the techno bubble that we live in, many times we think we need it. It's like, what do you do actually? Like, again, if you need it, awesome, GG, heck, I need it. I spent boatload of money on that. But if I'm traveling, right, which again, all I will do is take my photographs and shoot my videos, and I would like to safeguard them, meaning I would like to take the card out of it and dump it into SSD. This is a very good laptop task, right? You will never want to rely on just one memory storage. So let me close this puppy. Now, this is what I'm describing is called data wrangling. Many times you have to do it. So I go to my files, This is default application. You do not have to buy something or install another application. So I connect a SSD to it. And right now the internal storage is 256 gigabytes, and then voila, now my SSDs is also detected. Now here's what about hard drive? SSDs are energy efficient. You can even do that on battery drive. But what about hard drives? You can. This puppy is 4.5 terabyte. So let me connect this. Now, because this is 4.5 spinning drive, this puppy will take some time. Heck, it takes time on my computer. So here it will also take time. However, there is a bit of issue. It's almost like a Mac kind of issue. It supports FAT format, exFAT format, and NTFS format. However, NTFS is read only, meaning if I connect a NTFS hard drive, I can read it, watch it, do copy data from it, clone data from it, but I cannot delete anything or I cannot tamper with it. Basically, it's a read only. It's like a CD optical drive. Oh, come on. How long is it going to take? And yeah, while you are using this, you also have to follow the same thing like in a computer. Like you have to eject. Here you have to do what we call unmount. So if I go into the SSD that is connected, the three dots there, I click it, unmount is there. And be mindful, similar thing will happen in almost every OS like thing. Pixel supposed to be building this feature set for right now. Pixel 9 supposed to start doing this. Come on. Oh, come on. How long is it going to take? And there is a taskbar and you can see all the system. It's looking into it. And be mindful, you can have more than 5. There is a limit that if you are using DeX, you are not very proficient with it. They will limit everything to 5. And once you know what you are dealing with, then you can unlock it. Then you can have 25, 35. Unless the RAM overflows, it won't be an issue. Oh, USB storage 2. USB storage 1 is the SSD part. Another USB storage 2, that is the hard drive part. Hard drive is 4.88 terabytes. It's 5 terabyte hard drive system. And it shows that it's a NTFS read only, meaning I can open it, I can clone it. If I have movies into that, I can watch it. And what is the output resolution? Output resolution is 4K 30 Hertz or Full HD 60 Hertz. It's your choice. If you're doing gaming and all that, you may prefer for a Full HD 60 Hertz, or if you're like watching content, watching your reels that you shot while you are capturing your vacations and all that, that would be fine. And again, my primary function is data wrangling. If you're one of those admin class people, HR or things of that nature, where you're just like, if I can have a quality browser, keyboard and display, I'm sorted, I can do all my work. You already have all the horsepower in your pocket. Now, this is a software skin, so to say, DeX. Now, because of the hardware, how it's designed, if I exit DeX, like a Samsung exit DeX, ta-da! Come on. So I get this whole set. Now, do not worry about this. This is just, it's not on landscape mode. But if I were playing any game, for example, where would be games? Where would be games? Yep. Ta-da! You can play the game and there won't be any stuttering or any load, basically, so to say. Network has, yeah. It will log in automatically. Yeah. That sort of things. And another aspect is many times if you want to do any sort of streaming or uploading of data, you will find very quickly 5G for some reason, unless you are doing video calling or things of this nature directly from the cell provider, the upload speed is horrendous. They will give you hundreds of megabyte, from 100 Mbps to almost 1 Gbps of download speed, but no upload, meaning I can't do live streaming, which does not require too heavy of a stream output. Barely, if I can have a stable 10 megabytes upload, I'm good, I'm sorted. But I can't do that because 5G is like, download data. It's like, sir, I need to send data. No, you download data. It's like, sir, I need to goddamn upload. Video calling on 5G, unless you are doing, utilizing the carrier service itself, any sort of network system will not work. What the, why you stuck there, my man? Quit, retry. Does it need to be retried or quit game? Is it stuck? Oh, by the way, if you are dealing with Android, you can buy original Xbox controller and you can pair it and go YOLO on it. You can have a really comfortable time. Not the latest and greatest, but comfortable time. And you can just pair in and enjoy. Yep, it works. Let's see. 8 gigabyte is the RAM capacity. Right now it's 5.1 GB is used. Everything else is free. Let me refresh it. Let's see how long. I'm cleaning the memory, so it should drop 3.5 GB. It dropped it. So you can do a lot. You can have gaming, video editing. Yes, people are doing full-fledged video editing on it. So this is the future of smartphone, where it's like everybody's like, yeah, we have reached the stagnation where it's like everything is a black brick. You can do a lot. And another aspect is for people who are dealing with corporate security and all that, you may be like, hey, I can do everything I want. All I need is a display output, basically a terminal. You can do it, but you require network security. This has an Ethernet input, and yes, you can basically disable Wi-Fi data network and take an Ethernet wire and plonk this puppy in. Go inside, wait for a few seconds, and yes, I'm not joking, there is a full-fledged Ethernet protocol built into almost all Androids, and it can, in principle, read it, communicate with it without any issue. Ta-da! Ethernet cable connected. So, and yeah, there will be a symbol of that. And again, if you want to do some advanced communication and stuff, you can actually do that. You can say DHCP, static IP, and all that. Surprisingly advanced and pre-built functions and all that is there. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. The more you guys are aware of this sort of feature, the more you will seek it in a hardware. And the more people use it, the more developers will punish for it. Be mindful, right now, smartphones are there. They have crossed a point where of notebooks, so to say, or even lightweight laptops. And more things that we do on quote-unquote cloud, we're done, we sorted. We have laptop replacement, we have desktop replacement, not for heavy users, let that be a different thing. But for majority of humanity, this is the primary computer device anyway. If we can just improve this hub experience, so to say, and not be limited to like only flagships have this. And again, the DeX experience is really good. The reason why I bought Samsung DeX rather than Motorola's implementation is that I can find hundreds of tutorials on Samsung DeX. Not that many people even know that Motorola develops this. LG was trying to develop it, they died. And then Pixel is opening right now, and they are way too early stage, which is shocking to me because I would think, hey, they have Chromebooks, they have Android. Just make love to these two puppies, problem solved. And Chromebooks have improved so much that they are actual desktop replacement for many people right now. It's like, yeah, I grew up in this basically Chromebook ecosystem from school years, and everything I do is on Chromebooks. So we have a very amazing opportunity right now where, let's go back. Now, I still find it weird. It's like, yep, let's say YouTube music. Now, yeah, it's like, oh, be mindful, the ratio will not be 1:1 because TV is 16:9, this puppy is not 16:9, so ratio 1. DeX will sort that issue, and DeX can support ultra wide resolutions also. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying, like somebody sat down and put a lot of effort into Samsung DeX. I'm genuinely shocked that Samsung does not advertise it, because people have using it are like, oh, I can do this. Like, it's so close to being a perfect experience, is that the only annoying part is like, if more people push into it, the more developers will be aware of it. The minor things are there, minor things. Like for me, it's like if it could ride on NTFS, I'm like, I'm done. That's all I need, data wrangling and all that. And 10 Gbps, while that would be an awesome system with the DeX and 10 Gbps, problem would be like the hubs will become a bit more expensive, and I did not want to spend a lot of money. I'm broke. So this sort of low-cost hub, and the fact that almost all hotels I go to have a TV. Heck, if this puppy could work, more than enough, my smartphone would be more than enough. And again, I do get a quite considerable speed dumping file into my mobile phone and taking data out of my mobile phone. Going from outputs to output, I cannot give you an adequate answer right now. Minimum speed I'm getting is 90 Mbps, which again, more than enough for my tasks. And I'm pretty sure if I had 2 SSDs, right now I have a hard drive and card readers and all that. If I have 2 SSD, then I have to do cross transfer test from one SSD to another. Then I do expect the speed to be around 200 Mbps, because again, 5 would be divided by 2. It has to go to the SoC. SoC has to do the checksum and crunching and all that, then has to send back to another USB bridge, so to say. So I do expect 250 Mbps, but again, I'll keep you guys updated once I have done that data wrangling also. So this was my presentation on the fact that we have almost a desktop replacement in our pockets nowadays. The more of you push into it, the more of you expose this part of a untapped potential of it. Because what's the difference between a mid-range phone and a high flagship phones anymore? It's like, oh, instead of 100 hertz, it can refresh a game at 120 hertz. It's not that big of a deal. But this feature was like, oh, wait a minute, you can actually do compute, you can do CAD modeling into this. That's like shut up, take money. That is, yes, I have tested on shape onto it. It works. Not even joking. It works. So, and primary issue right now with me, Chrome here is that it does not have bookmark bar. Otherwise, it's like shut up, take money. It just does not have bookmark bar. Not address bar, bookmark. I do not have that bookmarks. So, you see, it's just that interface issue. We have the horsepower, we have the input and output, USB-C sorted all this issue, whereas like which cable, all that, none of that issue matters anymore. So I can see a very amazing feature where people who needs portable system, they'll buy laptops. People who are not heavy computer user, they'll just have a TV or a monitor, keyboard, mouse setup done. And again, even for office scenarios, like, hey, it has to be a wired connection so we can damn sure about the firewall and all that stuff. You can do it. You can do it today. And what about the encryption and security? I can guarantee you most desktop does not even have half of the security that is available in basic Android, be it Knox and fingerprint system, dual factor authentication, cameras, all that jazz. So this is really next step evolution of smartphone. They have the crunching power, they have the support of input and output. The only thing missing at this point in time is just that people's awareness and enough people trying to do this, so developers will like, oh, this minor issue, we got you fam, we'll fix you. Google Chrome, if you're watching this, please add address bar. Nothing more than that is needed. Oh yes, it does play audio through it. HDR is the only thing missing, which again, I do not think is a hardware limitation, is more of a software handshake thing, which again, if Samsung, more people use it, more people complain about it, more, I'm guaranteed sure that Samsung is like, okay, I'll do that handshake also. It can be done, the bit rate is there. And again, if you're on a travel, trust me, if you have video files of like TV shows and all that, you will have better experience on this compared to Netflix and all that. Because Netflix, oh my god, the amount, even in 4K, the bit rate is so low. It's like I'm getting like this TV is like Dolby Vision and blah blah blah. It's like I get Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, awesome. It's just that video quality was like so bad. I'm like, bro, I'm downloading. It's like the bit rate is so bad. So for those sort of scenario, it's better to directly use this. So, and again, actually you do not need it, because again, you can directly plug the SSDs into the TVs, and then again, you can get the HDR handshake and all that. So, but again, if you need it, you can enjoy it. You are watching in your holiday reels and all that, you can have fun. Lot of things can be done with just a cheap hub and keyboard mouse. Spend as much as you want to or as little as you want to. So this is the next stage, next evolution of smartphones. We just need to make sure that people know that they're supposed to have display output in their smartphones and USB 3.0. At least 10 Gbps, that's awesome. That's 1 gigabytes per second. That would be super awesome, but like not necessary. I'd rather have a quality DeX experience rather than iPhone's, higher bit rate. Because again, if I do not have the OS, what's the point? I did try, like back in the day, I did try to buy this sort of hardware. This is basically Google Chromecast with a USB data link. So it actually makes a hardwire connection to your smartphone, and it does work. It does give you low latency, not low latency, I would say a stable connection. So compared to Chromecast or broadcasting your wirelessly, these are a bit stable, but nowhere near this efficient. Like this is like shut up, take money. Efficient, smooth, enjoy. You can just like take your controller and just sit back, relax, have light fun. Nothing heavy, but you can do awesome things with this. This is today's smartphone and not even flagship. This is like S23 FE. It's like a poor phone's S series. So again, I'll do far more experiments when my brother comes here again with S23 Ultra. So we'll find what's the difference between Exynos and Snapdragon. So this was my presentation on basically what can we expect in the future with our smartphones. And again, that's why I want you to use it. I want you to make sure that your next phone has this feature. Whatever brand you are dealing with, go YOLO on it. Does not matter, but use it. Push for it. The more you push for it, the more you may find, hey, I do this X work, I can do it in here. I may not need to buy a laptop. I may not need to buy a desktop. I may only need to buy a quality display. Again, try to see it. And again, the more people do it, trust me, let that be very close. Like, oh, the HDR or 60 Hertz, all of those are minor inconvenience at this point in time. It can be sorted if more people demand for it. So please look into it. So this was my presentation on basically the future of a smartphone as a laptop and desktop replacement. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please hit the like button, share it amongst friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I try to read all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.